Hey, I'm Tash, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a jungle shadow box using the Cricut Maker 3. The theme that I'm choosing for this artwork is the jungle, and I found all the images that I needed in the Cricut design space. It's best to choose images that are as connected as possible rather than in separate pieces because they need to stand up on their own later on. I'm just clicking this icon to save all of my favorites. I chose a bunch of flowers, plants, trees, and animals. For this project, you'll also need a shadow box frame. As you can see, it's quite deep, which is exactly what you need. Make sure that your frame is smaller than the size of your Cricut mat. I was really pushing it with the 30 by 30 centimeters here. I would recommend choosing a slightly smaller frame. I'm taking the glass and all of the layers out of the frame. In Cricut Design Space, you need to create a rectangle and press the padlock to unlock the dimensions. Change the dimensions to the size of photos that your frame will fit. Now import the rest of the images and scale them to the right size. This artwork is going to be built of several layers to create depth. I'm arranging the objects with these layers in mind. I have a foreground with the jaguar, flowers, and a snake, then the midground with smaller trees, and the background with even smaller trees. Now that I know my layout, it's time to cut the shapes. I'm cutting them by layer so that I can keep the shapes organized. When you click Make It, you'll be taken to this screen where you select the material. I'm using cardstock from my craft collection. I'm placing a sheet onto the adhesive mat and then pressing the load button to load it into the machine. Then I just press the go button and off it goes. While it's cutting, I'm going to go make a cup of tea. I'm repeating this process for all of the shapes. To remove them from the mat, I'm using the weeding tool to gently lift them away. If you peel them off, the cardstock will bend out of shape, so I like to do it this way. My images are finished cutting and they look absolutely beautiful. I need a large piece of cardstock for the background, and I'm going to use a sheet of watercolor paper because of the mottled texture. When I put the lights behind it, it's going to look really beautiful. The paper is a little bit too small for my frame, but I'm going to find a way to make it work. I'd recommend using a frame that's smaller than A4 size to avoid this problem. I'm using double-sided mounting tape to create depth between the layers. I'm cutting little pieces and placing them on the backs of the objects that I want to stand out from the background. To attach the trees to the hillside, I'm using regular double-sided tape. The weeding tool is excellent at peeling away the layer of tape. It's one of my favourite multi-purpose craft tools for just getting in those tight spots. Next, I'm assembling the layers together, sticking down each shape. Here you can see all the different layers and the jungle scene is starting to take form. Because my background piece is 1/2 centimeter too short, I'm going to attach the background layer a little bit lower to compensate. Then I'm putting on the midground and the foreground layers. Grab the photo frame and place the jungle scene straight into it. Then put the sheet of glass on the back. And then add the little metal frame. I got these battery operated string lights. I'm taping them to the glass, spreading out the lights as evenly as possible, and then closing the little metal tabs to keep it all securely in place. And this is the completed artwork. In the daytime, you can appreciate all the detailed little shapes, and at nighttime, simply turn on the lights for a beautiful atmospheric jungle scene. I hope this inspires you to make your own shadow box artwork using the Cricut machine. Thanks for watching.